9 on your side starts now.
Good morning, Tri-State. Allie Kramer live this morning along Kellogg Avenue, where we're watching those floodwaters rise. Starting to rain a little bit, and we're seeing almost one more of these fence posts underwater. We're going to be tracking the forecast, the river levels, and telling you how this will impact your morning commute coming up next.
Students who survived the Florida high school shooting are calling for change. While some are not even old enough to vote, they have a strong message for lawmakers.
Ooh, tough weekend for local college basketball after what was really just a historic week for college basketball here in the Tri-State. What it means for both UC and Xavier's programs after tough losses.
And good morning to you. We are keeping an eye on the flooding you saw there from Allie in the Ohio River specifically.
A little bit behind you right now. So let's take a look right now. All the rain that we have also in the forecast is going to make it that much worse for us. Jennifer Ketchmark standing by in the 9 First Warning Weather Center.
Rain will be an element through almost the entire week, but we do have some windows of opportunity and amazing temperatures that you can enjoy from time to time. This morning, we are staring down 49 degrees right now in Brookville, 53 in Owenton, 48 degrees in Lebanon, and a little light rain on the move. It's not as widespread, though. Our best shower activity actually happened about an hour ago. Just some isolated showers about to move into Mount Orb and eventually up through Highland County once again. Some light showers also hanging out up into the northern part of our viewing area, Warren County, Clinton County, but for the most part, the impact should be limited this morning on your morning drive. Of course, some wet roads, so maybe a yellow light forecast for a few of you, but not a big deal. Temperatures continue to rise. We will see highs today in the upper 60s. Gorgeous day, and you don't have to worry about rain all that much. The best chance of rain is what we're kind of looking at right now, which, as you saw, not overly impressive. We will then see this rain shifting to the north during the day, and for this afternoon, we will clear out, at least rain-wise. Do expect clouds, though, to hang around all day.
Mentioning the National Weather Service now has actually issued a flood warning as the Ohio River continues to go above flood stage.
So we sent Sky 9 up from the Ohio River Launch Club right along Riverside Drive to show you exactly, you can see all that muddy water there covering parking lots and ball fields, inching closer to some homes.
Several roads are closed this morning, and 9 on your side reporter Allie Kramer is following that angle of the story. She's along Kellogg Avenue. So what's the difference from the overnight hours to now from the standpoint of flooding, Allie?
Good morning, Chris and Catherine. You know, the wind picking up, I can tell you that, but I drove by yesterday because I live and grew up really close to this area, and if you're familiar with Kellogg Avenue, you know that these ball fields, soccer fields, they always flood by the marina. You know what I've been watching this morning? Take a look, this far fence post. Oh, I was watching to see if the floodwaters would finally cover that one. Oh, we are so close, but even without rain right now, we are seeing it rise very slowly, and you know, a lot of the roads down here are going to be closed. We're Kellogg in front of the marina, not closed just yet, but hey, the one further down on the east side there by 8 Mile, it was closed, but it didn't stop a grandfather and his twin grandsons from getting out yesterday. They were canoeing around in the water that swelled down by 8 Mile and Old Kellogg. It is usually one of the first spots to flood, and they probably knew that. Now, Kellogg Avenue is closed near Sutton Road. That's right in front of the Coney Island entrance. Coney Island and parts of Riverbend are underwater, but Belterra Park is still in good shape. The entrance to the east is still open. There's a good amount of debris in the water you're going to be noticing if you're anywhere near there, particularly around Four Seasons Marina. If you head to the east end along Riverside Drive, the Schmidt Ball Fields and Boat Launch area, oh, those are all underwater as well. And we talked to a man who is remodeling a home in that flood zone. It's his first time really battling the rising waters. He's buckling in, knowing that he simply can't stop it.
I learned a long time ago as a football coach, there's a couple things I can't control. I can't control the weather, and I can't control those 3 daughters I have. That's how it is. You can't control it. You just live with it and hope and pray, and take care of your property, and you, like I said, live to fight another day.
The big question, will the floodwaters rise to Kellogg Avenue in front of the marina? I've seen it happen before, but Jennifer's monitoring those river levels. We have quite a few feet to rise. I'd say 6 or more feet. So, I mean, we're going to have to get well beyond that flood stage before we think that happens. But they have the barriers out and ready just in case that happens. Guys, we'll send it back to you for more on the flood stage and how this impacts your morning commute.
All right, thanks, Allie. Yeah, and if we get out to our 9 first warning traffic map, the only problem that we do have on there is this orange icon, which is indicating some road closures in that area. So like Allie mentioned, Kellogg Avenue near Coney Island, so right here at Sutton, that is closed. Also, this portion of 8 Mile right at Old Kellogg, and then 4 Mile Road between the 275 overpass and Kellogg also closed because of flooding or some potential flooding out there. So just a heads up, if you're typically driving out and about in that area at any time of the day. For now, your drive times right now on the main interstates are still in good shape. I know some of you have the day off, so hopefully traffic will remain on the light side, but we'll get out to some live camera views along I-75 coming up in about 10 minutes.
Happening today, a Hamilton High School student will be in court accused of making a threat on social media against the school. Police arrested 19-year-old Cortland Barrett Friday. Police say he made a social media post referring to the Florida high school shooting that killed 17 people. Other students reported the threat, and Hamilton principal John Wilhelm says the school will show zero tolerance for that behavior. Now in Florida, many are still recovering, of course, from that shooting after laying some of the victims to rest this weekend.
School is canceled for the week, but the superintendent says that he is hoping to bring teachers back to campus by the end of this week. Students do have a message for lawmakers: never again. And later this week, a group is heading to Tallahassee to speak with state legislatures. And a town hall meeting is scheduled now for Wednesday with the Florida Senators Marco Rubio and Bill Nelson among those who have accepted invitations. The main message is addressing gun reform.
You're either with us or against us. We are losing our lives while the adults are playing around.
March 14th, it was Women's March organizers now will have a national school walkout to protest gun violence. 10 days later, there will be a march in Washington, D.C., where these students will then push for stronger gun legislation. President Trump is holding a listening session Wednesday in Florida. Well, right now on wcpo.com, we've posted an op-ed from a Cincinnati doctor who is the aunt to one of the girls that was buried yesterday, killed in the shooting. Abby Euclid wrote the piece the day after her niece, Jamie Gutenberg, was killed. She is joining for the call on stricter gun laws.
New this morning, a woman is in custody after police say she led them on a chase in Hamilton Township. They say an officer tried to stop Ashley Diaz Friday night, and she led him on a chase into Deerfield Township. Police say she almost hit 2 cars, eventually stopped, and ran off. She's accused of trying to kick and bite an officer when she was arrested. And police are investigating after a man died from a Middletown bar fight. Police say John Fugate was punched in that fight late Friday at Old Crow Bar on Jackson Lane. They say he died later. Police say the incident is also under investigation. No charges have been filed, but Middletown police will be consulting the Butler County Prosecutor's Office.
Little college hoops, disappointing weekend for Cincinnati basketball last night. Actually, Northern Kentucky losing on Friday night as well, so the Bearcats lost to Wichita State. And the final score is 76-72. UC, though, is still first in their conference. The AAC, Coach Mick Cronin, reacted to the final Wichita basket after the game.
Called timeout and drew up the exact play they ran. And we still let it happen. Which tells you right now where we're at mentally. See, this game, you got to play really hard. You got to play together. You got to play with humility.
I do not want to play for that man. I love Mick.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. All right, UC plays Connecticut at home on Thursday. UC plays Wichita State in the regular season finale in Kansas.
Yeah, they were only down 2 with like 13 seconds to go.
They fought back hard in that second half.
But his point is Wichita State did the exact same play twice, and they let it happen both times. Wide open.
And then Xavier taking it on the chin Saturday. Northern Kentucky losing to Wright State. The Alma. And
also, Ohio State losing twice over the last couple of days. So lots of moving and shaking in the basketball world. It's 6:08 right now. Millions of dollars in unpaid taxes could be going to your students, your local students. But our IT team takes a look at who fails to pay up and how officials are going to try to get that money.
And in getting a look inside school shootings, while it's happening after last week's mass shooting, we saw videos by students that were taken on their cell phones and such, on social media, then onto our newscast. But should we be showing these videos? We tackle that question coming up next.
For the first time ever, get free Amazon reward cards valued up to $300 during Sleep Outfitters President's Day sale. Plus, save up to $1,000 on America's best mattress brands and get free delivery. But hurry, sale ends Monday, only at Sleep Outfitters.
When it comes to finding style and comfort at a great value, you don't have to go far. Hurry to the President's Day sale now at Value City Furniture and get 10% off store-wide. Plus, now 20% off mattresses, no minimum purchase required. Or enjoy 36-month special financing or our 120-day same-as cash payment option. Don't wait. Shop today for great deals like these designer sofas, now just $449 each. And come in for incredible doorbusters now through President's Day. Only at Value City Furniture.
The engine makes power. The transmission sends it to the drive shaft. The drive shaft turns the gears. The gears turn the axles, and the axles turn the wheels. Together, it's the powertrain, and only at Hurlinger Chevrolet, every bit of it has a 100% warranty forever.
And now Chevy buyers get 0% APR financing up to 72 months plus $1,000 auto show bonus cash on most Chevy Silverados.
When your name's on the door, you gotta do more. When your favorite family pizzeria gets together with the first family of barbecue, expect amazing. Our famous Montgomery Inn Rondos and Montgomery Inn Pizzas are back at La Rosa's. They're the classic family recipes you love, with the zesty barbecue sauce you crave. Experience the legendary taste of two inspired favorites rolled into one, but only for a short time. La Rosa's Family Pizzeria, the recipe for happy.
Save up to $600 on Tempur-Pedic adjustable sets during Sleep Outfitters' huge President's Day sale. Get a $300 Amazon reward card, 6-year special financing, and free delivery on qualifying sets. Hurry, ends Monday, only at Sleep Outfitters.
With king-size deals that rule the Queen City, Performance Kings Honda will put a smile on your face.
We're back. Tri-State 6:11 now is the time. You know, and since last Wednesday, quite frankly, we've been talking about every newscast, the shooting in Florida. Funerals and protests from this weekend. Some of the video that we have shown throughout the day and days after the event have been, questioned within our newsroom. And we're talking about kids walking out, ambulances,
right,
and then obviously the video from inside the classroom.
And that's the thing, you want to tell the story, and I mean, I know that I called my kids out of the room, hey, come watch this video, these kids walking with their hands above their heads, because I felt like that was a moment where they're not just learning about it in theory, they could actually see it. Right. But that's not the only questionable video, I guess. And over the weekend, we actually put on Facebook because we wanted to know what you thought. Think any good can be done by airing that video from inside, like that Snapchat video that we really had an agonizing discussion over.
Yeah, you can see a ton of comments. We're really kind of split down the line. Yes, show it. No, not. And here's the conversation that we had in the newsroom, especially with the Snapchat video and some of the other videos that we saw the following morning. I stood firm of not showing it from the standpoint because I don't think the story needed any more drama or emotion tied to it from the standpoint, and I thought it was almost too graphic to that standpoint.
And a lot of people agreed with you, but some of the people on Facebook were saying, show it. It's what's happening. Maybe this will enact change. Other people are saying it's already terrible enough. Why are we revisiting this over and over? And the bottom line is the decisions we made here and the decisions ABC News made moments after we made our decisions could sometimes be different, and that just shows you that there are a lot of opinions on this.
Yeah, and that's what caught us on that morning, specifically after ABC News had already aired this piece of video you see here at least 10 times by the time we get to it, and a lot of people had already seen it. So we appreciate the input on Facebook. It's on my Facebook again this morning if you'd like to comment, and this kind of give you a little bit of insight of what we were thinking throughout the video that we've seen. And quite frankly, the video of them exiting the high school itself, we haven't really seen since Columbine.
Right, and that's powerful as well. And so, yeah, nothing else starts a discussion. Well, thousands of people on a cruise were forced to return to Australia, and one single family is accused of starting a fight that ended all the fun.
And we're keeping an eye on the rain that's moving back into the tri-state. It's going to be a soggy week, and we're already pretty saturated, right? The Ohio River's starting to rise. We'll let you know how that's impacting roads and the forecast coming up.
It's time. Drive to Performance Toyota to get a great deal at the Driven to be the Best sales event. Go home with one of our best, the 2018 RAV4. Plus, get 5 years of no-cost maintenance. Count on Performance Toyota to put a smile on your face.
Mike Castercy Ford is one of the largest Ford dealers in the nation. Maybe it's our upfront discounts. Maybe it's our unparalleled selection. Or maybe it's our generous and unbeatable trade-in allowances. See for yourself now during the Auto Show sales event with a deal just like this.
You can lease a 2018 F-150 Super Crew 4x4 pickup truck just $179 per month.
Visit one of our 2 convenient Tri-State locations now during the Auto Show sales event at #1 Mike Castercy Ford.
Boundless innovation. It's what happens when disciplines collide at Kent State University. It can bring science, fashion, and medicine together to create a liquid crystal fabric that helps diabetic patients monitor their condition. Purposeful collaboration like this happens every day at Kent State. Purpose is what powers us, inspires us, and drives the innovation we create to change our world.
Hi, I'm Don Riley. I look forward to meeting you at the Cincinnati Home and Garden Show. Stop by our booth and see many of the options and ideas that Elegant Home Exteriors can offer you for your home's curb appeal. You can also sign up for a $1,000 gift card giveaway. We'll also have discount coupons saving you 30% off our services. Now, during the week, my team and I will be busy meeting with homeowners like you to discuss exterior home improvement projects. So call us now and make your home look more elegant with Elegant Home Exteriors.
Can a President's Day sale get any more monumental? I don't think so. It's the perfect time to get your monumental deal on a new Toyota at Performance Toyota. Take home the 2018 Highlander today. Count on Performance Toyota to put a smile on your face.
Your 9 First Warning bus stop forecast is sponsored by Chick-fil-A. Celebrate breakfast today.
Good morning. At 6:16, it is that promised bus stop forecast. Now, granted, there are a lot of districts that are not in today. I do know that Boone County is in session, though. 53 degrees out the door, 68 on the way home, and not a lot of rain to worry about ahead. I'll show you the current level of the Ohio River and when more rain is likely to fall.
You know, tax cheats in the tri-state are taking money out of local schools and putting it into their own pockets.
9 on your side at 11, Chief Investigative Reporter Craig Cheatham's going to take a look at how this issue is affecting students.
For the second time in less than 7 years, the $3 million Indian Hill home of Rudolph and Mazola Frank is in foreclosure, and prosecutors are going after the couple's unpaid taxes.
We've tried everything we can, and we're not getting payments.
Hamilton County Treasurer Robert Gehring says state income tax collectors have filed $313,000 in liens on the home. Court records show Hamilton County prosecutors are fighting to get an additional $121,000 in property taxes owed by the Franks.
So we're sort of at our last resort.
Which is?
The foreclosure.
The I-team left messages for the Franks requesting a comment, but they did not respond.
It's sad that it's had to come to this.
Most of the county's $50 million in delinquent property taxes should have been distributed to public school districts. Is that a lot of money?
It is a lot of money.
Coming up tonight at 11, we'll show you what that delinquent tax money could provide for students. And the I-team exposed a problem that the county treasurer says is unlike anything he's ever seen. Craig Cheatham, 9 on your side.
Craig, thanks for the update there. 6:17 is our time right now, so it's going to be a soggy week again, and you're already dealing with some roads that are dealing with flooding.
Yeah, and I feel like it's those typical spots whenever the Ohio River gets, we're dealing with flooding in general. It's kind of Kellogg and on the east side.
There's actually a really good resource. I've got a link to it in the weather article today. It actually shows you at what foot stage what roads typically flood. I mean, it is by the foot that they know where those issues are. So we'll check it out on our website right now, wcpo.com/weather. We got you covered as always, but I'm also covering the rain that's coming down today. So far, so we had our best coverage of rain about an hour and 15 minutes ago. Now we're just left to some very small stray showers. We may be almost done for the day, and that's great news if you want to enjoy the warmth of today's forecast, but it also limits how much rain can even accumulate out there today. We've seen a tenth of an inch or less so far. Wilmington seeing some nice little showers passing by up through Sabina, but this is moving northeast, so this is quickly going to come out of Clinton County here pretty quickly. We're all now, though, in the warm wedge, and what a lovely place that is to be on a morning like this, because it's going to not only give us warmer temperatures, but it's jumping us well into the spring season, at least temperature-wise. 48 right now in Wilmington, 54 in Dry Ridge this morning, 51 in Versailles, and again, sorry to Georgetown and West Union. Your recording stations are not under my control, and for some reason, they're not populating. Today's temperatures, though, this is what we do have control over. I can at least tell you about it. Temperatures are going to end up in the upper 60s this afternoon. There is your spring-like air. It'll be a mostly cloudy day and only the slightest rain chance after about 9 to 10 a.m. because all this morning rain that we're seeing now and that we had earlier is lifting up to the north, and this is future view by 10 o'clock. maybe a few isolated showers left. I mean, this is not a big deal for today. We'll get soaking showers and more for your Wednesday forecast. But if you've got things to do outside today and even through a lot of tomorrow, we are looking good to go. Tonight, record overnight low temperature. We call it a warm low record. I don't know, sounds kind of weird. But 60 is the forecasted low. The record is 52, so that one we're knocking out of the park for later on tonight. And tomorrow afternoon's high could also be a record. For the 20th, about 72 degrees is our record high. We're forecasting a high of 76. It'll be a mostly cloudy and a rather breezy day. But on top of that, we've got flood warnings to worry about, and this is for the Ohio River. Now, you notice how on this map it covers up all the counties. It's really just right there along the Ohio River from here in Cincinnati through the Meldal Dam all the way past Maysville and out to Portsmouth and even beyond. Flood levels, river levels will rise an additional 3 feet this week. As of early this morning, we were just right up to around 53 feet. That gets us into minor flood stage. That happened overnight. We will continue to rise to near moderate flood stage. Moderate flood stage, which starts the red color, that happens at 56 feet, and the current forecast is 55.9. We're just going to round up and call it 56. So those flood issues will continue. Also, though, this week, the heavier rain, it's not in for Tuesday. It'll really be more of an issue on Wednesday's forecast as the cold front finally comes through. We're looking at an additional at least inch of rain for Wednesday alone, and then we have more spotty showers through the end of the week. Let's get you back out to the morning drive where Jacqueline is checking out I believe, a tunnel that some of us know oh too well here on the Good Morning Tri-State team.
Yeah, so if you are, if you do have to work this morning, like all of us, I'm getting a look at some of those interstates out there. This is I-71 northbound through the Lytle Tunnel. Traffic is really on the light side there. Even northern Kentucky on 71-75. As you're heading northbound into the city, you're still in good shape. We're not dealing with any delays there just yet. That whole drive time from Burlington Pike, Florence into downtown, it's right on time at 10 minutes and 71 and 75. No delays there either. So we'll keep a close eye on these, but I'm expecting traffic to be on the light side today, considering that we are dealing with a holiday.
In this morning's GMA First Look, they're hardly the images you would expect from a 10-day cruise around the South Pacific. But it's what passengers saw aboard the Carnival Legend, a series of violent brawls.
The whole ship went into lockdown. You couldn't even buy a Coke.
Watch here as the man in the blue T-shirt pins down the man in orange shorts. Security quickly encircles the pair and starts kicking. Then a woman throws herself on top while the kicking and screaming continues. At another point, this security guard balls his fist, drawing back his arm as he's about to punch a woman in the face before stopping at the last minute. A cruise worker then tries to swat away the camera from the person filming.
If you had your phone out like that, it snatches straight out of your hand.
And we'll have the latest on what may have started the chaotic scenes coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
I'm about to start the Nature's Bounty Hair, Skin, and Nails Challenge, so my future self will thank me. Thank you. I become a model?
Yes. No.
Start the challenge today, and if you don't love our product, we'll give you your money back. Nature's Bounty.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast with Tums Smoothies. It starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
This is food made to sit down for. Slow down for. Put the phone away and use a knife and fork for. And with Panera Catering, it's food worth sharing. Panera, food as it should be.
And we do say good morning, America.
This year and for over 5 years, America's most watched morning show is.
You have no idea what a privilege it is to be able to say good morning to America every single morning.
is Andrew Lloyd Webber's School of Rock, the award-winning new musical based on the hit comedy movie.
Coming to the Aeronol Center February 21st to March 4th.
There's something out there for you and me, and the American road is calling, so what's it gonna be? Hey, it's an amazing day, traveling our own highway. No matter where it leads us, we can smile, 'cause it's meaning in the miles.
Plenty of sunshine through today with seasonal temperatures. We should reach our normal high of about 82 degrees.
The mountains are calling. Plan your trip at Gatlinburg.com.
It's 6:26, and a local guy is a silver medal winner in the Winter Olympics.
Still blows my mind that Nick Gepper represents perfect north slopes at the Olympic Games.
For 2 Olympics.
Winning the silver yesterday. He had won the bronze 4 years ago. Yesterday, Saturday, right? So into Sunday morning. Anyway,
He's ready Korea time. Who knows?
Over the weekend, right? So this was part of the run right here. Pretty amazing. Says he was a little concerned, just kind of keeping his eye on the scores. I don't know how you could do it any better than what he did. In the end, he finishes on the podium. When you land tricks like that, I don't even know what it's called. Crazy. And he gave a shout out, obviously, to Perfect North Slopes and Indiana during the preliminary rounds during the Olympic Games. His family was there. It was kind of cool to see, indeed. Once again, from South Korea.
The pride of Lawrenceburg, Indiana.
That's Black Panther. Set a box office milestone this weekend. The Marvel movie easily topped the ticket sales, once again, an estimated $192 million over the President's Day weekend. That is the highest debut for a film ever that opened in the month of February, the 5th highest of all time. Black Panther smashed the record for the biggest President's Day weekend opening.
He's got one more day.
I know.
One more day to go. All right, so let's talk about weather, why don't we? Jennifer Ketchmark's keeping an eye for us on the forecast, potential flooding in some areas.
Charts behind her.
Oh, you know it. There's numbers involved. There's science, y'all. We'll be right back.
Catch Cash Explosion Saturdays at 7:30 on your official lottery station 9 on your side.
Everybody's gonna love this. The President's Sale at Ashley Home Store. Save 50% off plus no interest for 6 years. And get incredible doorbusters like this sofa and chair or love seat or recliner. Just $5.99 through 9 p.m. Monday at Ashley Home Store.
It's Auto Show Month at Jake Swinney Chevrolet, Tri-County.
Find new roads with 0 for 72 financing plus $1,000 Chevy Equinox bonus cash.
Or lease one for $249 a month. Just sign and drive.
JakeSwinney.com.
Have you smelled this new litter?
No.
Nobody has. It's unscented.
New Tidy Cats Free and Clean Unscented. Powerful odor control with activated charcoal. Free of dyes, free of fragrances. Tidy Cats Free and Clean. When no sense makes sense.
Big Boy is back with an all-new Big Catch Hot Seafood Bar. Dive into our new delicious baked whitefish. Crunch away with our new cod nuggets and our golden crinkle-cut fries. Savor endless popcorn shrimp, biscuits, hush puppies, and more here at Frisch's Big Catch Hot Seafood Bar.
Big Boy! Neighbors are more than just people next door and families who happen to live on your floor. Not only do neighbor friends live where you live, they listen and help and they share and they give. You being our neighbor comes with a huge perk. The Queen City's unrivaled fiber network. Bioptics from Bell is fine meltingly fast, making slow connections a thing of the past. So in the spirit of giving and treating you well, enjoy this offer from your neighbors at Bell.
Sign up for 500 meg Bioptics internet and get free TV for a year plus a free Amazon Fire tablet. Visit a store or CincinnatiBell.com/free TV.
Halfway through your family road trip, your car stalls on the side of the road. Be prepared so this doesn't happen to you. Visit CarX today for a complimentary vehicle inspection. If you do need service, get up to $200 off with a coupon at CarX.com. Your CarX man is an expert in all scheduled maintenance and repairs, no matter how big the job. He'll get you in and out and on your way. Book an appointment at CarX.com.
Don't worry, call the CarX man.
What does the greatest mattress offer look like? This. Sleep better on a Tempur-Pedic mattress, now only $20 a month with no interest for 72 months. Our sleep experts will help you select the right mattress and base of your choice at the Better Sleep Shop in Morris Home and Ashley Home Store.
Well, rain is in the forecast today. It's got me moving and grooving and getting things done. Now, we are looking at heavier rain, though, as we head into midweek. I'll show you how much to expect.
Cincinnati police will host an active shooter training later today. I'll tell you what they're going to be telling folks coming up.
9 on your side starts now.
And that active shooter training obviously on the minds of so many when it comes to public safety these days in light of the shooting last week. We'll have more on that coming up. Good morning to you, Tri-State. I'm Chris Riva.
I'm Catherine Nero. We do have some rain today and some rain tomorrow and the next day and the next day and some flooding and all that good stuff. And to kind of put this all in a big old package with a bow is Jennifer Ketchmark.
Yeah, and you know, the way this today is shaping up, the best rain chance if you're just waking up, it happened earlier. Only isolated showers are left at this point as our warm front continues to lift to the north. Now, more specifically, though, heading out to Brown County first, where we're still seeing some light to moderate showers rolling into Georgetown here very shortly. And then I've also got some rain coming out of Ripley that will go through the southern part of Brown County and out into western Adams, too. But beyond that, anything that's left will be very isolated. Wider view shows that main wave of morning rain has now passed us. And even this is out toward Indianapolis. This is heading right along I-70. So it's more of an issue for the Dayton area and Columbus, not for us as we head through the later morning hours. We are starting the day with much warmer air. I mean, we're talking a 20-degree or more increase in temperatures since this time yesterday morning. 48 in Wilmington, 54 in Dry Ridge, 50 right now in Brookville, and Lawrenceburg starts the day at 52, and we end up with a spring-like forecast. Upper 60s is where we're expected to be by this afternoon. Be mostly cloudy, but again, not a big rain issue for later on today. But the other big thing, flood warnings are now in effect along the Ohio River as I scale it back here to really show that area from the Cincinnati station all the way down, even past Portsmouth and beyond upstream. This will be a big story later this week because, you know, Jacqueline, we're still looking at least an additional inch or more of rain to come down on Wednesday, and that doesn't even encompass Thursday and Friday's rain.
Yeah, and of course, Jennifer, we are dealing with some road closures, some even ahead of that flood warning, and that's what this orange icon is that we're seeing on our 9 first morning traffic map. So just another reminder, some of those roads, the major roads that are blocked, Kellogg Avenue, kind of near Coney Island, 8 Mile at Old Kellogg Road, and then 4 Mile between the 275 overpass and Kellogg. Now, there are a couple others, and we have that on our website at wcpo.com. I also tweeted out a link where you can find that, and Allie Kramer is live this morning with some more information on some of those closures and flooding as well. And if you do live on the east side, you're about to head out the door. This is a live picture of I-275 near the Combs-Hale Bridge. It is filling up nicely, but still a nice flow of traffic there on that portion of 275.
Jacqueline, thank you. Happening today, Cincinnati police are going to host an active shooter response training event, and there will be many topics covered.
9 on your side reporter TJ Parker is live at the Cincinnati Police Academy this morning with the details of what they're going to be doing in this training. TJ?
Yeah, Chris, and it's going to take place at the Police Academy later on this afternoon, and it's going to be open to schools, businesses, places of worship, so they can learn about what they can do in the event of an active shooter event. Now, take a look at this. This is video from various active shooter trainings over the past year here across the city. Cincinnati police tell us that they're focusing on schools, businesses, and places of worship because they say historically those have been targets in active shooter situations. Basically, what they'll do is talk to folks about what they need to do to prepare, respond, and report any perceived or planned acts of violence. They'll also run through a few drills. About 60 people will take part in today's event. Police Academy Commander Lieutenant Bruce Hoffauer says their goal is to make sure people don't feel like they have to take over if they're in an active shooter situation.
Our idea is plan for the worst and hope for the best. We just hope we never have to use this training, but we want people to feel confident that it's there in the event something bad happens.
Now again, this takes place later this evening here at the Police Training Academy on the west side. It is not open to the general public, just open to those places I had mentioned, the businesses, places of worship, and schools. But Lieutenant Hoffauer says there will be other events for the public sometime later this year. Reporting live, I'm TJ Parker, 9 on your side.
TJ, thanks. And new this morning, Butler County Sheriff Richard Jones says he's going to help teachers be safe in school with a free conceal and carry class. Jones posted the official offer on social media saying that he would train teachers how to react during school shootings. He says the details will be coming out soon. This is all since the Florida school shooting. Jones has been tweeting about increasing school security since that time.
Newport police are investigating after a deadly shooting. Police say John Hayward was shot Saturday night on Lindsay Street. They say the shooter drove off, leading police on a chase down 13th. Turned out to be a dead end, so the shooter ditched the car and ran off. Hayward was taken to UC Medical Center, where he later died. Last night, we spoke with Hayward's father, who says the suspect actually went to Hayward's house earlier that night.
He opened the door, talking about we're going to have some issues. He said, I'm not having no issues. I have my baby here. I'm not trying to fight you or nothing. And that's what he said, and next minute he got shot 3 times.
Hayward left behind 2 children. Police do believe they know who the suspect is, but they're not naming him just yet. If you know anything that could help, call Newport Police, 859-655-2018.
Well, new this morning, we have an update on the Duke Energy crews that have been helping restore power in Puerto Rico. Here's some of the pictures that we have seen now. They sent in to us. Supervisor Luis Amayor says that they have been there now for more than a month. When they arrived, 32% of the people in that area still did not have power. That is now standing at 7%. So the crews have been there for about a month. They're going to be there, they say, at least for a couple of more weeks. But now the challenge is going to be the rain moving in and the terrain. The crews say that they have received a warm welcome, however, from the community.
You cannot tell them no. They get upset when they bring you food and you try to turn them away. But all the guys have been eating good lunches, and everyone has been tickled to death that we're up here working on the mountains trying to get power to them.
Now, in addition to all the foods they are given, they say Puerto Ricans have also given them plenty of smiles, even some shortcuts on the roads to help them navigate this terrain that they're working in. Crews are saying they work about 14-hour days at a minimum. They get a day off every 14 days.
Wow. If you keep in mind, Hurricane Maria made landfall 5 months ago. It was September 20th. So, I mean, we get freaked out when our Netflix doesn't work for 20 minutes. You know, they haven't had power, some of them, for 5 months.
So while it's good news, they've went from, what, 32% down to 7%, it still, though, has been a considerable amount of time.
And setbacks with the earthquake and everything that happened there. So, 6:37 right now. Today, a protest is scheduled in front of the White House over gun control. This, though, is just the start. Plus, Ohio Governor John Kasich is changing his tune about the Second Amendment.
And we're getting ready for spring today. Temperatures have already jumped into the about mid to low 50s. Cincinnati is sitting 21 degrees warmer at this hour. And even as you take the pup outside this morning, as you open the back door, it'll be like, oh, okay, it's a little better out there. 53 is the temperature here in Cincinnati, where we top out and when we're into the 70s. You don't want to miss it. Coming up in my 9 First Morning Forecast.
Joseph Chevrolet on Coleraine is Cincinnati's low-price used car leader. Guaranteed credit approval. If you've got a job, you've got a loan. Chevrolet, find new roads.
$50 million in the hole. Some property owners skip out on paying taxes when they're due, and schools take the hit.
Services that are not provided to students.
The I-Team tracks down the owners and takes the cases to the county.
Does that surprise you?
The impact to your child's education.
It is a lot of money.
The fight for millions owed.
Is that a drastic action?
And the county's next steps.
We're sort of at our last resort.
Holding property owners accountable. The I-Team investigation. Tonight on 9 on Your Side at 11.
Butterflies in your stomach tell you 2 things.
And one of them's really bad.
This is a terrible quote, but Safe Auto will get you a great car insurance quote in just 3 minutes.
Wow, that is a great quote.
Babies think they're so special.
This is a terrible quote, but Safe Auto will get you a great car insurance quote in just 3 minutes.
That is a great quote.
Save time, better yet save money, now during the Auto Show sales event at Mike Hester's Chevrolet. Expect deep discounts on our entire Chevrolet lineup. Over 500 new Chevrolets to choose, including Auto Show deals just like this. You can lease a 2018 Chevrolet Equinox just $149 per month, or a 2018 Chevy Traverse only $239 per month. My team and I, we stand at the ready to earn your business at Mike Hester's Chevrolet.
Need a new car right away? Head to Superior Kia today. If you got a job and make at least $350 a week, we want to approve you. Simply Superior.
Your fabulous new figure is just a phone call away at the Plastic Surgery Group. All-inclusive breast augmentation is just $5,000 with saline or silicone implant plus one free area of Botox or Restylane. Call now and schedule your complimentary consultation. The Plastic Surgery Group.
This is Andrew Lloyd Webber's School of Rock, the award-winning new musical based on the hit comedy movie.
Coming to the Arenal Center February 21st to March 4th.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 6 on 9 on your side.
Let's get to it. 6:40 now, 9 minutes of nonstop news, what you need to know before you head out the door today. So here's a look at Sky 9, right? Showing you what the Ohio River was looking like just from yesterday as it's rising above flood stage.
That's a road, just to kind of keep in mind there. Several roads are also closed this morning. Allie Kramer's at one right now. She has been all morning along Kellogg. And so, Allie, you've been really noticing how the levels have changed since you've been there.
I have, and Catherine, Chris, we've been watching really closely because even though we're not seeing a lot of that rain right now, we were watching these fence posts down here. That last one all the way at the end, oh, you can barely see it kind of peeking up there. So the water is rising even without the rain that we're seeing. And these are the soccer fields just off Kellogg Avenue by Rivertown Marina. And I was just asking, how tall is a regulation soccer goal? Because they are almost underwater. It's so dark out here. But you're seeing some of this video now of portions that are of the roads that are already closed, including Kellogg Avenue right there at Sutton, so right in front of the main entrance to Coney Island. They always keep those barriers there when it's getting close, and then they drag them into the street when that water starts to spill over as well. So, that muddy, murky water there. 8 Mile at Old Kellogg, it's closed, and then a portion of 4 Mile there near 275 and that overpass. Those are your usual spots that close. What they'll be watching really closely is to see if the water from where I'm standing here along Kellogg Avenue and Four Seasons Marina, Rivertown, if that'll actually make it up to the road. Probably will not. I'm thinking 4 feet or more before it starts to spill over. That would be a big deal if it actually closes that road. But Jennifer's been watching that flood stage, and if we hit that moderate flood stage, that's maybe later in the week where you would be considering it. But of course, everybody who lives along the river down Riverside Drive, and some of those homes, they are the ones that are going to be closely monitoring as well, because of course that water level has reached their home in the past. And one more thing, Riverside Academy, the parking lot, the school on stilts that you're used to seeing right there at Stanley, yeah, that parking lot's flooded as well. So not going to be seeing those kids getting into school anytime soon. Guys, back to you.
All right, Allie, we appreciate it, but that's why the school is on stilts, because of that concern right there. Time to take a look at our traffic and weather together.
And specifically, we were talking about how much the water has risen, and you've got perspective on that.
Since 2 a.m. this morning, it has gone up 4 inches. Wow. So, Allie is literally seeing the river rise, and even those pylons behind her, those little white posts, those will be gone by the end of the day. We should go another full foot today.
Good marker, and we're dealing with it right now. And more rain is on the way.
Yes, not a lot for today. So what we're seeing, though, because the river is still rising, is all due to the fact of melting and rain from last week. It all comes downstream. So we're seeing a mass of water that comes from Pittsburgh and out in West Virginia. That all has to come downstream here into Cincinnati, which we are technically kind of on a higher point in the river, and then it starts to fall, at least elevation-wise, downstream as you go past Boone County. So, this is a realistic thing that we're going to be facing all week long, because the river is still rising and probably in flood stage, at least through Friday. When it comes to rain, though, this morning, I don't have a lot left out there at this point. Only a few isolated showers now passing through the very northern part of Adams County, but barely anything left with it. Where you might hear a few rumbles of thunder this morning would be up into Union County and Fayette County, Indiana, because there's a nice little cluster of thunderstorms up near I-70. But because this is moving east, it's probably going to completely miss you. You might get a little isolated shower out of it, but the warm front, it's officially to the north, and that's why temperatures are in the upper 40s and low 50s across the board for a spring-like start to the day. By lunch, we'll already be at 60, if not a little bit warmer than that. High today, 68 degrees. This is 25 degrees above normal for this time of year. Here's the great news, though. It's not a total washout. The best rain chance happened about an hour ago. My fake watch, I'm not really wearing one. We will end up up with some isolated shower chances in a very northern spot through 8 and 9 a.m., but the better focus is I-70 and to the north, so not us. By about 10 o'clock, still some slight rain chances out there, and that will be the case into the afternoon, but it's not a big deal today. Most of the day will be dry, especially for northern Kentucky, where your rain chances are very slim today. Maybe a few isolated showers out there at 5 o'clock. Tonight, we only drop to 60. This should be a record warm overnight low. The old record was 52, and then tomorrow a high of 76 degrees. And a lot of dry hours expected again tomorrow. It will be gusty out there with winds from the south, gusting as high as 30 miles per hour. But the main area of rain is to our northwest as the cold front stays out in Illinois. The cold front, though, for us comes through on Wednesday, bringing in soaking showers starting in the morning through midday, well into the afternoon, and staying around Thursday evening as this area of low pressure comes through. The amount of rain for the next few days, the biggest focus will be up near Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, where we could see more than 3 to 4 inches of rain in some smaller spots off to the northwest. For us, it's easily an inch of rain by the time we get to Thursday morning, but then we'll continue to see rain chances for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, potentially still hanging around too, and temperatures at least staying in the spring-like territory. Let's get you back out to the morning drive where the typical fill-ups and slowdowns are probably happening out there, right, Jacqueline?
Well, it's a little bit of a different story, Jennifer, because I think we're, because most people have today off, we're not used to seeing 71, 75 kind of move along like this right around 6:45. So that's a nice change for those of you who do have to go to work this morning. If we check it on that big board, we're still right on time. Typically between Florence and downtown, we're on about a 3 to 4 minute delay by this time of the morning, but right now everything is moving right on time. If we get out to our big board, just that one icon indicating some of those closures over on the east side, and we'll break those down for you coming up again in about 10 minutes.
Well, this morning we're getting a better picture of who the accused school Florida shooter is. New video shows him at a fight with other students at school. In 2016, the USA Today is reporting that social workers, counselors, and school administrators all documented and ignored red flags about the accused gunman. Now, the FBI says that they did not investigate a tip about the accused gunman just last month. Leaders say it's devastating that someone didn't conduct or connect all those dots.
That's a hard pill to swallow. It really is, considering what the ramifications of that one mistake is.
The family who took the accused gunman in last year told the Wall Street Journal that he was respectful and followed rules in their household. The report also said that the Sneed family made him get a safe for his guns and thought that he only had the one key.
Today, advocates will hold a lie-in near the White House. That's all in a response to last week's school shooting. It comes after a weekend of memorials and funerals for the victims. Today's lie-in happens at 12:15 between the White House and Lafayette Park. People will go there and lie down for 3 minutes, a symbol of how long it took the suspect to buy an AR-15 rifle. Ohio Governor John Kasich is changing his tune on his website about his stance on the Second Amendment. This is a screenshot of Governor Kasich's website from Sunday morning titled Defending the Second Amendment. It details the governor's now support for removing restrictions on concealed carry licenses and opposition of President Obama's gun control efforts. Now, this is a screenshot of the same website now. It shows Governor Kasich's support for common sense on the Second Amendment. So it has changed. It includes expanding background checks on gun sales and limiting the ability to sell weapons that have often been used in mass killings. That change came right after he appeared on the Sunday morning talk shows. Governor Kasich's website again changed after CNN's State of the Union Sunday morning. He says he has no confidence in Congress's ability to reform gun laws.
And do I think they can do anything on guns? I hope they prove me wrong, and they can, because I have no confidence in them. Where we have to affect this, I believe, is at the local level and the state house, because you can have greater access to politicians who serve in a state legislature, in a county commissioner, in a city council. That's where you need to put the pressure and call these people out.
Governor Kasich says he is not calling for an outright ban on any weapon, but taking small steps to affect change.
This week, President Trump will hold a listening session on school safety. The meeting is going to be with students and teachers. It'll be Wednesday. Unclear if anyone from Stoneman Douglas High School will be there. The listening session will be Wednesday, the same day as CNN's live town hall meeting in Parkland, Florida. CNN did invite the president to be part of that, but so far it is not on his schedule. New this morning, President Trump is challenging Oprah to run for president. After watching a segment on 60 Minutes last night, Oprah did a story about divided group of Michigan voters 6 months ago. She revisited with them during the story last night. Now, the 14 people say they've learned to respect and appreciate each other. They've stayed in touch despite their political differences. The president tweeted that the questions were biased and slanted, the facts incorrect, he said, hoping that Oprah runs so she can be exposed and defeated, is how he ended his tweet.
New this morning, the man accused of killing 2 Westerville police officers is in jail. Officials say Quentin Smith will be in court tomorrow. He's accused of killing officers Anthony Morelli and Eric Joring. Officers say Smith was wounded in that shooting. He was taken to the hospital but is now in jail.
Federal officials say that 84 children now have died from the flu since the flu season began in October. The Centers for Disease and Prevention say that 22 deaths are now being added to flu-related statistics involving kids last week. 3 out of 4 deaths, the children there did not get the flu vaccine. Dozens of tri-state animal shelters and rescues have an extra boost. That's thanks to donations from the United Pet Fund. The organization teamed up with Blue Buffalo to hand out 10,000 bags of dog food for homeless pets. It went to about 40 smaller local organizations that the president of the United Pet Fund says are often forgotten.
I would venture to guess that probably 75 to 80% of the greater Cincinnati area believe that 1 or 2 organizations takes care of it, or a national organization takes care of the problem, and that's not true.
The shelters receiving this food do include Cincinnati-based Homeless Animal Rescue Team and Love for Mitts, which is in Fairfield. New this morning, the Fairfield family tradition is becoming an Eagle Scout. Now, Austin Van Os is a 5th person within his family to get that award. His grandmother says that she has 2 sons and 3 grandsons who are now Eagle Scouts. Austin's dad, Brad, helped him build a picnic shelter for his Eagle Scout project. Great pictures there. Thanks for sharing.
The family. Good job, the whole family there. Today in Arizona, the Reds have their first full team workout. This is the beginning of good things, Chris Riva. Oh, spring has sprung. The players are in training camp and spring training, I should say.
Hope
good year.
springs eternal.
You know it. Listen to that. Yes, the first exhibition of the spring is Friday against the Indians, with whom they share that facility. In a Good Morning America exclusive, the family that took in the man who confessed to the school shooting in Florida gives their first TV interview. That's coming up next on Good Morning America.
Hello and welcome to MD Insider. I'm here with Dr. Dean Kariakis, and today we'll be discussing the Christ Hospital Cardiovascular ICU. So, Dr. Kariakis, tell me, what makes this ICU so special, and why is it important to all of us living in Greater Cincinnati?
Well, thank you, Clyde. The Christ Hospital has provided leading-edge cardiovascular care to Cincinnati for many years. And now, thanks to the generosity of the Farmer Family Foundation, the Cardiovascular ICU at the Christ is poised to be the marquee center at a national level.
Well, that sounds amazing, but can you tell us exactly what that means?
Well, the Farmer Family Foundation has allowed us to provide superior physician leadership and state-of-the-art technology, along with a specific focus on nursing excellence in education. At the forefront of this effort are the physician director, Dr. Tim Smith, and associate director, Dr. Greg Ignazik. Dr. Smith, the region's only board-certified physician in cardiovascular disease, interventional cardiology, and critical care medicine, is here with us today. Welcome, Tim.
Well, thanks so much, Dean and Clyde. There are a number of features which immediately distinguish the Christ CVICU, including physician leadership, supportive nursing, leading-edge technology, and of course, patient focus. We have dedicated, board-certified physicians in all major specialties who work together 24/7 to provide care for the most severely ill patients in the region. With the largest mechanical cardiac support and structural valvular heart programs in the area, CVICU is the centerpiece for care. At the heart of the CVICU are our nurses. The Farmer donation will support our CVICU nurses with local and national educational opportunities, cardiovascular and critical care society memberships, and certifications, as well as merit-based recognition to ensure they are equipped to provide the very best care possible. We are also making structural changes to the CVICU to ensure that both patient and family experiences are optimal.
Well, that's phenomenal, and it sounds like the Christ Hospital CVICU is the destination for complex, critically ill heart and vascular patients in the region. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here with us today. If you would like to learn more about advances in cardiovascular critical care at the Christ Hospital, call 513-655-2020 or visit wcpo.com/MD Insider.
9 First Warning Live Drive is sponsored by the Cincinnati Northern Kentucky Honda Dealers.
The newest designs are here at the Audi Connection in Montgomery. Discover the all-new 2018 A5, the stylish yet versatile Q5 SUV, and the 2018 Q7 SUV. Ask your neighbors. They bought from us. The Audi Connection in Montgomery.
You're watching Good Morning Tri-State at 6 on 9 on your side.
6:54 is our time right now. Today is President's Day, of course, and you can celebrate Cincinnati's homegrown president at his home in Mount Auburn. Why are you shaking your head, Catherine? I know.
Apostrophe S.
I know.
It's actually presidents, plural.
Right.
So go ahead.
William Howard Taft's National Historic Site is open today starting at 8 a.m. There are free guided tours of the restored mansion led by park rangers every 30 minutes. There are also special programs for junior rangers.
There's also the option of going to Taft's Ale House. Just throwing it out there. Little Nellies. Taft is not the only president with ties to the tri-state, of course. Our 9th president, William Henry Harrison, who died just 31 days into office, is buried in North Bend. His grandson, Benjamin Harrison, the 23rd president, was born in North Bend. And Ulysses Grant, the famous Civil War general, 18th president of these United States, was born just east of Cincinnati in Point Pleasant. You can tour his house, by the way, his childhood house, today.
This is a good way kind of to start to wrap up our newscast here. 2 little girls in Columbus want to help kids who don't have a place to call home.
And they're making sure that those kids have a happy birthday. 8-year-old Paisley and 9-year-old Campbell are gathering birthday party supplies. They say everybody deserves a happy birthday.
Any kind of age, you should always be cared and loved, and people should always like wish you happy birthdays.
If I didn't have a birthday, I would feel like no one loved me, and I really want them to feel loved inside.
Those birthday supplies will be donated to the organization Brightening Birthdays, which throws parties for kids whose families can't afford them. So good for those kids for recognizing that.
That's right.
And wanting to share.
They're sweet. On to our roads right now. We're going to take a look at that morning commute. I guess forecasting what the morning drive is like, right?
Yes. Right, so we do have one crash out there in Lawrenceburg Road, just north of Route 50, but the good news, our main interstates are in good shape. Of course, just a couple of closures that we've been telling you about all morning, Jennifer, because of that flooding situation.
Yeah, and the Ohio River will be under a flood warning through Friday, and there you have a look at it. Love to see that daylight coming up here very shortly. But, I mean, temperatures today in the upper 60s. Tomorrow it's 76 and only a slight rain chance. These are not washouts for us, which is great. But then Wednesday will be a washout as rain and heavy rain is likely to come in.
I'll give you that stat one more time. The Ohio River, 4 inches. It's risen since we got on the air. We're back. Good Morning America is coming up next.